This week on Just Jason Keto, we're making 3-ingredient carnivore waffles. So let's get started. What's up everyone? So Just Jason here. This week's video is a little bit different. Usually we're making chaffles. This week we're going to make sort of what I'm calling a 3-ingredient carnivore waffle. So there is no cheese involved. But we're going to try and make a waffle using, we're going to start with 2 large eggs. And then I've got a cup of pre-cooked medium ground beef here. And then I've got a 1/4 cup of powdered or crushed up pork rinds. Now these are just plain pork rinds. They're the baconettes here. So they're just pork rinds, lard and salt. So nice clean ingredients. And then we're going to add, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt to this as well. And this is just Redmond's real salt. Trying to keep it as close to carnivore as possible. If I'm going to call them carnivore, let's stick to it. Obviously, you could add other seasonings to these if you want them and can tolerate them. But for today, we're just going to keep it simple. So we'll get set up and we'll start mixing. Okay, so we're ready to start putting together this waffle mixture. I've got the 2 eggs in a bowl. I've started mixing those up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add the ground beef. Now again, this is a cup of pre-cooked medium ground beef. Usually I actually prefer to have lean ground beef when I buy it, but it's the prices have been going crazy for lean and extra lean ground beef. I do enjoy the fat from ground beef, or I like the fat in my diet, but I don't necessarily always like the fat in the ground beef. I'd rather add it with butter or tallow or something. So that's what we have this week. But a lot of us have ground beef pre-cooked as part of our diet. So I figured I might as well try and make it into a tasty waffle. So again, we've got a 1/4 cup of pork rinds here, just to try and bind things together a little bit. And then might as well add in our salt. So again, that's just under a teaspoon of Redmond's real salt, and that the amount of spices and the kind of spices you put in are entirely up to you. Whatever makes you happy with your carnivore waffles. If you can handle some steak spice, that would probably be pretty good, or some pepper, or anything that you like to add to them. So we are definitely keeping it simple this week. So that's really all there is to it. We've got our ground beef, eggs, pork rinds and salt mixed up together here. So what I'm going to do is we'll get the Dash Minis warmed up and we'll start cooking these waffles. Okay, so our Dash multi-maker waffle irons are all warmed up here. Sorry about that. So we're going to start adding our ground beef, egg and pork rind mixture in here. I'm not sure how many we're going to get out of this, but we'll see. It's probably going to be at least 3, maybe 4 waffles this week. So you don't have to go all the way to the outside when you're filling them up. Just put your mixture in the middle and let the waffle iron sort of spread everything out for you. Put one more little scoop full in there. So that's the first 2 in there. So we're going to close these up, and not sure how long these are going to take to come together, but we'll be back when they're ready. Okay, so the steam has stopped coming out of our Dash Minis here for the most part. It's been about 4 minutes, maybe 4.5 minutes kind of thing. And I think these are done. So we'll open up the waffle irons here. You see it came together nicely. Now I've actually found some plastic tongs here. I have read the comments about people saying I shouldn't be using metal forks on my Teflon appliances like that. So I heard you. So we've got some plastic now. So yeah, these waffles turned out pretty good. They smell really good. Came together well. They're nice and dense. So these would be a good, you know, hearty snack or meal or whatever you put with it kind of thing. So we've got one more to put together. So we'll get that done and then we'll be back when it's cooked. Okay, so Carnivore Waffle number 3 is done. I'm ready to come out of the waffle iron. Again, turned out really nice and dense kind of thing. So we'll leave these or let that one cool off just a little bit as well, and we'll come back and give it a try. Okay, so our Carnivore Waffles are cooled down enough to give a try here. As you can see, they're nice and dense. If we break it open, it's a nice solid waffle kind of thing, and it is going to be high protein, obviously, with the eggs and the ground beef in there. So, and the pork rinds. So again, nice and easy, simple recipe that you can sort of take it and make it however you want with different spices, whatever suits your taste. So let's give these a try. Yeah, lots of good flavor in there, actually. And these are really, you know, 3 of these would be a really good part of a meal. So ground beef comes through well, nice salty taste from the Redmond's real salts. And the pork rinds don't overpower it too much, but you still can taste them. So I would give this a thumbs up as a win kind of thing. So hopefully you enjoyed this week's recipe. If you did, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And we'll bring you another chaffle recipe next week. We try and do a different recipe each week. And then we go live Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one. Keep on thriving, my friends.